Hey guys, as we know, the SIE has come out and some people are having trouble with it. Not a lot of people, but some people are. And some people are more worried about it than they should be. It's stressing people out. Just remember, it's very fact-based. It's not super difficult. If you do your reading, you should be fine. Now, I'm going to go through what Finra did for the first time, which is awesome, is have this Finra practice exam of the SIE so you can kind of get used to the wording. Maybe you won't see the questions, maybe you will, but for the most part, it's about getting used to the wording. But what I'm going to start doing is creating a series of little, hopefully under a couple of minutes, so don't bore the hell out of you. I'm going to answer a couple questions at a time. And I'm going to go through it like this. So I would say it's question number 2, but then Finra actually rotates the questions around, so there's not really any use for me saying question number 2. So I'm just going to read the question first. Which of the following U4 reportable events results in a statutory disqualification? So the choices are a personal bankruptcy filing, written customer complaint, a felony theft charge, or a felony conviction for driving under the influence DUI charge. So the way this goes is you have to disclose certain things. Bankruptcies, any kind of liens, stuff like that. Not a foreclosure, which is great, but whatever. Reporting is not the same as being kicked out of the business. If you see statutory disqualification, that means they cannot work in the business. So let's go with this question. So we look at personal bankruptcy. Yes, you have to disclose that if it happened within 10 years prior to you registering. A written customer complaint alleging misappropriation of assets, while that has to be disclosed again to Finra because you're stealing their money, it's not a conviction, so it's not statutory disqualification. A felony theft charge. The charge is not the game. The charge is just your charge. You have to disclose it, but it doesn't knock you out. A felony conviction. That's the game. Felony conviction in the last 10 years is what's going to give you SD. Statutory disqualification, I can't speak. The other part of it is, if you have a securities or financial related misdemeanor, that does the same thing. You're going to have the same problem. Now, I'm going to try one more, see how this goes, bore the hell out of you guys. Number 3, useless information, but it is number 3. Under a system of statutory voting, a common stockholder has as many votes for each vacancy on the board of directors as the number of blank. A, positions vacant on the board. Well, that sounds kind of redundant to the question, so that's not the answer. We're throwing that out. Directors' presence at the meeting? Who cares? I don't care who's there. You're in or out. It doesn't matter. C, shares owned by the stockholder. We will come back to that one. And proxies available for voting by the board. Proxies are just the ability to vote by mail. So the answer is statutory voting. You have the number of votes for each vacancy on the board of directors as the number of shares owned by the stockholder. Example, you have 100 shares. There's 3 board seats open. You have 300 votes. 100 per seat. So if you have 100 shares and there's 3 board seats, you're going to get to vote 100 times for each board of director. That's statutory. If it's cumulative, it's the same number, 300 votes, but you can use them any way you want. You can use them 300 on A, or 100 on A, and 50 on another, and the balance on whatever you want to do. You can make it up any way you want. That's 2 questions. I'm going to publish this, see what kind of crap I get for doing this, and we'll go from there. Have a great night.